Also, asking questions to our student athletes and coach, please state your name and media affiliation for every question that you ask. Those joining us on Zoom, you can use the hand feature. We'll try to get to you. And just a reminder that recording a press conference on cell phones or cameras is prohibited. Another year, another outstanding First Four. March Madness alive and well. Xavier, big second half. The Musketeers a winner, 86-80. They advanced to play Friday in Milwaukee against Illinois. Game time Friday night will be 9:45. Coming to the stage, Zach Freemantle, 15 points this evening. Ryan Conwell, 11 points, and Marcus Foster was brilliant, 8 of 9 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, 22 points and 8 rebounds. Head coach Sean Miller. Coach, before we get to questions for our student athletes, your team's performance here tonight and being able to advance in the field of 64.
Well, my initial thoughts are, it's one of the greatest games I've been a part of. Obviously the energy of the crowd, our fans certainly took advantage of the proximity to Cincinnati, and that emotion. And when we needed them, it was certainly a factor in the game. I think all three of these guys would tell you that we certainly felt it, really appreciated it. Look, I thought we beat an excellent Texas team. They are disciplined. They have depth and talent. Johnson, we knew it was going to be, a tall order to guard him, and it was. He had 23 points for no lack of effort on our part. So we knew we beat a really good team from the SEC, and we knew going into the game it was going to be a great challenge. I'm just so proud of these three and our team. There were just times in the game where it didn't feel like it was going to go our way. But I'll just stick with resilience. It's the badge of this group. Right when you think you're going to count us out, we win. Right when you think things aren't going to go well, we have found a way. And I think that's a great characteristic in this year's, or in any NCAA tournament. And we certainly have that.
Let's open up questions for our student athletes. First row on the end.
Yeah, Tom Arstieg in Dayton. All three of you fellas, just what it felt like out there, if it almost felt like you were in Cincinnati. I mean, it was just pretty electric.
Marcus?
Yeah, it pretty much felt like a home game. Like Coach Miller said, we needed everybody to pop out for us to pull that win because that was a great Texas team, very hard-fought victory, and I'm just proud of our guys and coach and the staff for, believing in us and just willing us to a win, basically.
Ryan?
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to give all glory to God just to be able to play, just in a special game like this. Just thank you to our fans, just for the atmosphere. Like Marcus said, it just felt like a home game, and, it's just a game to remember, and I'm, glad we got the job done. So.
Zach?
Yeah, man, shout out to Xavier Nation. They really came out. They supported us great tonight. They were loud. We felt their energy the whole night, and it's very much appreciated.
Let's go to the back of the room, third row.
Shelby Dermer with the Cincinnati Enquirer. Zach, you waited all this time to play in an NCAA tournament game. Could you script a better storybook ending than dunking in the ball as the time was running out?
Storybook, maybe not. Obviously we would have liked to maybe win by a little more. But any win we can get is a great thing. It was a very hard-fought game. That's a very good team we just played, and I'm just thankful to be a part of it.
Second row on the end.
Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. Marcus, what kind of went into your second half performance individually and then as a team to kind of flip things there?
Really, my teammates just found me in the open spots, and, I was just confident in my shot, and I just shot it, and it went in today, and that's a good day. We needed that performance for us to pull out the victory, and like I said, I'm glad my teammates were confident in me. I know Z3RC, they found me a couple times, so I was able to get some clean looks, and that's what we need. We need players to step up during these times to pull out wins.
Third row, far side.
Mike Petralia, CLNS-Cincy.com. For Zach and Ryan, you both battled foul trouble, obviously, in that first half. What does it say about your ability to play through the foul trouble, still play with emotion, play tight defense in a game like that?
Zach?
Yeah, I mean, we just try to not let it affect us. You know, you got to play the game the way you're going to play the game. I mean, if they're going to call fouls, then it is what it is. But if you let a couple fouls, you know, make you play soft or make you back up or whatever, you're going to end up giving up points. You're going to end up losing the game. So we just got to keep fighting through it.
Ryan?
Yeah, I would just say, like Free said, you know, you can only control what you can control. So, you know, just going out there trusting, you know, that my teammates got my back and, you know, that my coaches will put me in the right position to succeed on the court despite the fouls. And, you know, that's what we did today.
In the back, fourth row.
Jeff Warner with the Associated Press. In the first half, they scored 26 of their 41 points at the rim. What changed in the second half? I'm sure foul trouble might have contributed a little bit to that, but what changed in the second half? What adjustments did you make to stop that?
Marcus?
I would just say our defensive intensity, just getting more deflections, focusing on getting kills. At halftime, we only had one kill and not enough deflection. We're a 30 deflection team every night, and when we get deflections, it's hard to beat us. And so we really just locked in on that. We understood that we didn't really have much of a problem on offense, but a problem on defense. And once we addressed that, things started to go our way.
Zach?
Yeah, just like Marcus said. Yeah. I kind of lost my train of thought.
What was different about our defense?
Oh, yeah. My bad. we were really a lot more of a tight group. We made a big emphasis at halftime to get in the gaps, get in the paint. You know, if they're a much more attack the basket type of team, so we really had to clog the lane on them, and we did a good job of doing that, trusting each other.
A couple more questions for our student athletes. Let's go to the end there in the back.
For Marcus and Ryan, what y'all did to hold Trey down, did you feel like y'all frustrated him and made it at times hard to even get the ball in his hands?
I mean, with a player like that, it's pretty hard to stop him. The biggest thing you can do is just make every catch tough. Every time he catches it, you got to smother him and make him uncomfortable, and that's what we tried to do. I mean, he's a great player, so, I mean, he still ended the game with 23 points. And, you know, the most important thing is getting the victory, and that's what we did. So that's what we've tried to focus on, more so Texas as opposed to just him.
One more question for our student athletes.
Rick Brewing, MusketeerReport.com. Marcus, I know it was a team effort against Trey Johnson tonight, but when you're guarding a great player like that individually, did it kind of spark – you know, the challenge side of yourself offensively and get you going on that end too?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I look at myself as a competitor and a two-way player, so just being able to have the opportunity to go against young, fresh talent who has the opportunity to get drafted, just, you know, it was exciting to me, and it made me want to play even harder and even better and want to compete more on the other end as opposed to just having to guard them. So I feel like this atmosphere and the competition brought out the best in me. Yeah. I'm thankful for that.
Zach, Ryan, Marcus, outstanding game. We want to wish you the best of luck against Illinois on Friday night. Electric atmosphere. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good job, fellas.
As our student athletes exit, we now focus our attention on Coach. Questions on the floor for Sean Miller. Let's go to the first row in the middle.
Sean, a couple things. Marcus Foster, his threes in the second half, how big those were, and just the crowd. I mean, this was a neutral site game, but I wonder how much that may have been worth to keep y'all in it when they were down 10 or 12.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing about the tournament, you know, I've been in it a number of times. You know, I was at Arizona one time, and ironically, we played the winner of the game that we were just in, and we played it in Providence, Rhode Island. And if you get a map out, that was definitely not to our advantage. Flying from Tucson, Arizona to Providence, Rhode Island, and then playing Fred Van Vliet and Baker and Wichita State. And you're like, wow, it didn't feel like they were the last four in either. You just got to keep getting in the tournament. You know, sometimes you get a good bounce. The second thing that happens in this tournament is individual players, you know, they rise to the challenge. You know, Marcus Foster is a very important player for us, but he hasn't been our leading scorer very often. And tonight, if he doesn't rise to the challenge and go 4 for 5 from 3 or 8 for 9 from the floor, it might not matter how close we were to Cincinnati. I don't know if we win. So we had a number of players rise to the challenge. I thought we kept fighting through the game, and no doubt about it, the energy of the crowd helped us.
Let's go to the back of the room.
Coach, you hadn't trailed at halftime since the loss to Creighton in Omaha. So what's it say about the resiliency and, like you mentioned, with rising to that challenge, that your team was able to go into the locker room like that and pull out a victory in the second half?
Yeah, we've been more of a first-half team this year. We really have. I don't think it's, that we don't play as hard in the second half. I think there are a couple teams in our league, the Big East, that they're incredibly quick and deep. St. John's comes to mind. Marquette comes to mind. And I think at times in those games we might have worn down in the second half. I thought tonight we did not wear down. If anything, maybe we had a wearing down effect, especially with the way the crowd was against Texas. But it was great to see us be down at halftime and respond, because we've really been more of the team this season where we've had to hold our lead and get to the end.
Just a reminder, please state your name, media affiliation for every question. Let's go to the far side of the room, first row.
Yeah, Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. Sean, given how they were scoring in the first half, where did you think the scoring was going to need to come from for you guys to rally, and how much of it did you look to foster, the guys from the bench? Yeah,
I mean, the gentleman behind you asked these guys a question about the field goals they had at halftime from 2. It was just, it was incredible. We had a very difficult time defending them in the first half. They were at the basket. They were in the paint. They drew fouls. We were tighter defensively. We were more help-oriented. I thought we did a better job of adjusting on the ball. Like, in other words, the guy on the ball didn't get beat as often as he would have in the first half. And we went through an awkward segment in the first half where 2 of our best players, they were sitting at 2 and 3 fouls, Fremantle and Conwell. And when you're a player in the tournament and you're in foul trouble, it can mess everything up. And I thought we were tentative because of that on defense. I'll also say this about Texas. Chendall Weaver is really a unique player. And as we started to scout them, nothing made sense to me, because you're watching games and you're trying to get information, and he didn't play for a long time. Just watching him play in the SEC tournament, when he checked in the game tonight in the first half, the game flipped upside down. At halftime, I think he had 3 steals, and he was 3 for 3 from halftime, from the field himself. He pushed the pace, and I thought the surge really happened because of him. But with Weaver, I think Texas is a better team. I really do. He's really an instrumental player. And I know they played most of the season without him, but we knew that if he would play, and tonight, lo and behold, he played 30 minutes. I thought they posed some different challenges against us that, quite frankly, the SEC didn't have to deal with when they played Texas this year. A great example is Ryan Conwell was 4 for 7 from the field. A lot of that was because of Weaver. He is an amazing defender. So, I think Texas probably feels that way that I'm describing. Hey, we had a really important player miss most of the year. Getting him back, I think it makes our victory even better, because I think Texas is an overall better team with Weaver.
All right, one more question, Arch.
Yeah, Tom Arch, Deacon Dayton. Sean, hey, you've coached several games in this building and won here, but is this as good as this building's ever treated you or something? It was I don't know if it surprised you at all or not, or it was even louder than you thought.
It was an amazing atmosphere and environment, amazing. And it was a great win for us. One of the best that I've been involved with. I'm going to date myself, but I think it was 1993. I was an assistant at Miami, and we came in this building and played Arizona, ironically. Damon Stoudemire and I have talked about this numerous times. They had to fly all the way from Arizona. Sometimes the tournament like this does that, but that win here and then this win tonight are certainly 2 of the best moments in sports that I've had. I'm so proud of our team, and I thought that a couple times Texas really had us on the ropes tonight, but we hung in there and fought through it, and I think that makes the victory even sweeter.
Outstanding game, outstanding second half. Coach, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Safe
thank
travels.
You.